Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Green Scrapbook Machine, and this is Scrapbook Sunday. I'm finally back, hopefully to my regular schedule, and this is the final, well, it's December, so episode 12, and I'm going to hopefully continue to do more of these scrapbook layouts and continue to use some of the layouts in this book, Scrapbooking with Cricut. And I just want to reiterate again that this is an actual publication. It's not the magazine. It's not the Cricut magazine. That's completely different. This is a one-time buy. And again, I got it at Borders, but you can find it in various stores. But this was today's inspirational page, and it's actually a double layout, and I'm going to have both pages. I've already done this bottom page here, and I'm working with this top page. Now, I did have to make some variations because I don't have like a light blue patterned paper like this. I'm going to zoom in even more. So I don't have the light blue. I did have red polka dot paper and orange polka dot paper, so I just left the blue out completely. And then I didn't have any grid green paper, but I had striped green paper, so I used that. And then also with the house down here, I didn't have the grid house. I had some brown striped paper, and that's what I used. Also in the Joy, and I'll show you more as I'm showing this layout, but with the Joy page, they suggested like a clear, I'm guessing what they were trying to get at is glossy accents, and I don't have glossy accents, so I used a Studio G glitter glue that I will show you once I show you that layout. So I'm going to go ahead and begin with this page up here. I'm going to make this page on screen. So let me go back to my wide shot. So I have a piece of white 12 by 12 cardstock, and I just used Tempting Turquoise to stamp around the edges. Hopefully you can see that. It's a little bit blurry, sorry. But I just inked around the edges. So I have my scallop, and they used, let me check one more time. Straight from the Nest is what I want to say. Yeah, Straight from the Nest. And the only cut that they used from Straight from the Nest is the scallop border. But I use Plant and Schoolbook for that because I don't have Straight from the Nest. And I'm trying to do, like so many of the rest of you, to use what you have. So, kind of like Gail the Happy Stamper, use it or lose it. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to zoom out. There we go. That's better. So this is cut out at 2 inches. And then I have some white, another piece of white cardstock that I just tore to make it look like kind of bumpy snow, and I'm just going to adhere that at the bottom. And I used a darker blue for this one, and I just used the Stampin' Spots Pacific Point. So I used Pacific Point to go along the edge of this one. Oops. And I'm just going to put it right here at the very bottom. There we go. Perfect. And then also along the bottom, I'm going to put my tree and my reindeer. Now the tree, they say 4 1/4, and I think that's huge. I mean, it's as big as my hand about. So if I were to do this again, I'd probably cut it down maybe even to 3 1/4 or 2 1/2. But we're just going to keep it like this, since that's what they suggested in the book. Oh, uh-oh. Stuck here. There we go. And the nice thing about scrapbooks is they go into page protectors, so I don't use a ton of adhesive when I'm putting down my embellishments. I also went along the edge of this with a brown cardstock, and then my reindeer here is cut out at 3 3/4, and this is from Create a Critter, so is the tree. So all the rest of the cuts are from Create a Critter, except for the scallop, which, like I said, either from straight from the nest or from Plankton School Book, like I used. And then I have a piece of the red polka dot paper that is cut at 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. And on theirs they used a green polka dot, but I pulled out my green glitter ribbon again, like I used for the Mother's Day layout. And then the white cardstock is cut out at 6 1/8 by 4 1/8, so that you just have that little 1/8 of an inch around your picture. And you can use a full-sized picture for this layout. And I have 2 of these cut the exact same measurements. Just the second one I'm going to put sideways, just like this. So there's the first page to this layout, and I might even throw on some red stickles on Rudolph's nose. So I'm just using Christmas red. And just for his nose. Cute. Alright, so that's layout number 1 for the month of December. And I'm going to pull in layout number 2, or the second page of this layout. And this has the scallop again, 2 inches, and then just 1 photo mat. And then Joy is cut at, let me check on my gypsy here, 2 inches. And this is the phrase feature of the Rudolph, or the reindeer. And I'm going to zoom in to show you what I mean about that. Hopefully you can kind of see it glitter there. It just has a light bluish tint to it. And this is the glitter glue that I was talking about. And this is just from the dollar section at Michael's, the Studio G. Doesn't have a name that I see. It's just glitter glue. And then the tree again is cut at 4 1/4, and the house is 3 1/4, and the Christmas lights are 1 1/2. And then also in the window, I put that glitter glue just to give the windows kind of an icicle look, because here in Nebraska our windows ice over quickly with our cold temperatures. And it was kind of fun to do a Christmas layout because it's starting to get hot and humid here. So it was kind of nice to think about snow, although I don't want it to come any sooner than it has to. But these are the pages. I'm going to try to squeeze them in here and make sure that I'm zoomed out all the way. That's as far as I can go. Sorry, guys. So this is the 2-page Christmas layout. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Green Scrapbook Machine, and I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye.